Okay, welcome everybody. This video is going to be about how do you install R and RStudio. Presumably you're in some sort of statistics or data science class where you're going to be using R all the time. You want to do this before class starts. This is not something to do on the first day, just in case you have technical issues. So, a couple of very quick steps. It's relatively easy to do, but it is two steps. Step number one, you actually need to download R itself. R is all of the things that drive the programming language in the background. And to do that, we're going to go to the rproject.org. So over here in my web browser, I've got the R project website. Lots of things you can look at here. Don't get distracted. We just want to go to downloads and the CRAN link. Let me blow that up. Now this takes you to something that might be a little bit strange for some people the first time you see it. These are mirrors. These are places you can download R from. I'm here in the US, so I'm just going to scroll to the US, and I'll just pick the very first one in the US. It doesn't really matter. You pick one that's close to you, I guess. I don't know. And then download the one for your machine. So I'm on a Mac. I would download the Mac one. Download whichever one is the appropriate one for your machine, and follow all the instructions on the computer. So relatively straightforward. If you run into trouble, there's lots of Google searches that you can do. If you're in one of my classes, you can of course just contact me if you run into trouble, and I'll help you troubleshoot. So that's downloading R itself. Then we're going to download RStudio. RStudio is actually what I'm using right now to just show you this text. It's the front end, it's the graphical user interface that we're going to see to interface with R. It's all of the ways that we use to manage our data, to visualize our data, to write our code. It's the tool that we use to interface with R. So we're going to go to rstudio.com, which I have over here in my web browser, rstudio.com. Again, lots of things you can poke around in here. When we're talking about software, I always use the ignore and explore motto. There's lots of things I should just ignore the first time I run into a piece of software. But I'm going to explore a little bit. Let's see, I'm looking for a product, so let's click on products. RStudio is my product that I'm after, so I'm going to click on that. Now there are lots of different RStudio products. I'm going to do RStudio Desktop. And there are a couple of those. Let's see, do you want to pay $1,000 a year, or do you want the free version? I'm pretty sure you want the free version. So if I download it, it takes me to this page. There are lots of different ways that you can download RStudio. You want the RStudio Desktop for class. You do not want the server, and you don't want to pay $30,000 a year for some corporate license. So click on the free desktop one. Pick the version that you need for your particular computer. So I'm on a Mac, so I would click the Mac one, and then follow all the instructions. On the Windows, you're just going to hit next a bunch of times as it installs. On the Mac, once it downloads, you'll just drag it into your applications folder and it'll go. And that's it. You should have RStudio. Once you get everything installed, you should be able to launch RStudio and then watch the next video, and I'll kind of give you a quick tour of things.